Up here... This guy? Okay.
I've been practicing my Wookiee speak. Han Solo! I'm Imperial Specialist Ralcius Paldora. It is a pleasure to finally meet you.
Shh. You want to keep it down?
Oh, right. Because we're meeting incognito.
Come on, we need to get you out of here.
Off we go then.
Why are you such a weirdo? Stop being weird.
I have the information you asked for. Not on me, of course. I've hidden 2 data cubes in the woods. For safety.
That's stupid.
You gotta be kidding me.
The first one has Imperial shipping docks, fueling locations, hidden armaments. It's all for the Republic, in exchange for safe passage and assignment.
What about your Kashyyyk intelligence?
It's in a separate location.
I got too far away.
Everything you need to free the world.
That's always such another huge issue. Figures.
I assume this is your fault?
Usually is.
What's my #1 rule, Solo?
No fighting.
I like he's got the beard. That's pretty funny. For some reason that amuses me. Post episode 6 activity.
First data cube at a generator just ahead.
And again, I'm assuming it's got the the blessing,
You really
right?
didn't bring the intel with you, huh?
Mr. Solo, I'm a covert agent.
Shoulder charge. That's his special ability. Luke has the ability to force push people.
Stay quiet.
Han Solo just hits him with his shoulder.
No, you do. This blaster's just for show. I never learned to shoot.
Great.
I'm assuming, like...
Traitor. We can't afford a leak like this right now.
they got a blank check from Disney to be like, everything you want to put in that game's probably canon now, right? I would suppose. This guy, I'm really hoping he dies. Is he like a self-insert from a fan who won a contest or something? Or one of the developers? Because he's being really annoying. That's always an annoying thing with the expanded universe of Star Wars in general, is it's really fucking uncreative. Like, there's a certain degree of, like, worship of the original movies that's, like...
Nothing here.
Like, it goes too far. Like, it starts feeling like you have no original ideas of your own. You have nothing of substance to offer.
Where did I leave that?
And the big example that always bothers me that I bring up is whenever you have the AT-ATs show up.
On that data cube should help your friends in the Republic.
Oh. Whenever the AT-ATs show up in a Star Wars game. There we go.
Where's the Kashyyyk intelligence?
Shut up.
Onward!
Anytime AT-ATs show up in a game, it's like, oh shit, get to a speeder, get to a snow speeder, and use the tow cable to tie up their legs. Because that's what they did in the movie.
They're terrified the Republic will find out. The fleet is burning more fuel flying away from your attacks than it can resupply. 1 in every 148 Imperial officers surrender seeking asylum. Our starfighter numbers are down 3.4%.
That's all great, but what about Kashyyyk? Are you sure your information can help the
You are fucking bugging the shit out of me, dude.
Not much, but me and Chewie will shut down those labor camps alone if we have to.
Ah, yes. The fight. I'll just be over here. Safe and sound.
Taking them out too. That's great. Oh, what is that? No stealth for Han Solo, I guess. What was that? Oh, shit. This guy is fucking pissing me off. Like, that's what you... like, that's standard operating procedures. Oh shit, AT-ATs, quick jump into the snow speeder so that we can tie up their legs with the tow cables like they did in the movie. Because that's what they did in the movie. And it's like, did you watch the movie? Because in the movie, they used the tow cables on the snow speeder to tie up the AT-AT's legs as like... as like a last resort, as like a feat of ingenuity. Like they were shooting at the AT-AT with the snow speeders, going, that armor's too strong for blasters, for like a couple of minutes before they went, oh shit, our blasters on these snow speeders, which were designed for towing cargo, not as battleships.
Yes. That should help get you onto the Wookiee planet.
Aren't good enough to take down these...
Falcon.
On average, I'd say 2.2 of every 300 Imperials knows the Millennium Falcon.
Where are these shots coming from? Okay then.
Shouldn't we get to the ship?
Up there, I guess? Jesus, you're really trying to long shot it, aren't you? Fucking idiots. Like, they didn't go, oh shit, AT-ATs, quick, use that strategy we have of using the tow cable. No, they just went, hey, we have tow cables, let's try doing this. It's not like that's what you do every time you see an AT-AT. And yet, but because that's what they did in the movie, then that's just what you do every time one shows up in a game. You use the fucking tow cable on the snow speeder. And it's fucking retarded. Like, that's just the most prevalent example I can point to off the top of my head. But there's examples of that all throughout the expanded universe. Of people just...
Chewie, get the Falcon ready. We gotta get out of here quick.
Of people making Star Wars tie-in games.
Shut up and run, would you, pal?
Just being allergic to any degree of, like, originality or independent thought. Just, like, basically... just redoing scenes from the movies in different contexts on different planets and whatnot. And I mean, I guess that is what you want a Star Wars game to do, is, oh, remember that fun scene from the movie? I want to play that. Oh my god. But it's still, it's like... Like, it gets frustrating after a while to see people just, like...
You're right, Chewie. Today is not my favorite day.
Sticking their fucking head under the original 3-movie skirt. And just sucking and sucking and sucking. Oh, hey.
Imperial Heavy! Oh, wonderful stroke of luck!
Oh, it can...
Maybe today's not so bad after all.
The Falcon made the Kessel Run.
Inferno Squad is here to help.
Boy, am I glad to see you. What brings you out here, Commander?
You do, General. Senator Organa sent us.
Take it back, Chewie. This is the worst day imaginable.
Or like, oh, it made the Kessel Run in 40 and 20 parsecs or whatever. Oh, a parsec isn't a measurement of time or whatever. He must be full of shit, right? He's clearly just spinning some bullshit, like, used car salesman yarn in order to convince them. Oh, no. You see, in Star Wars, a parsec is a unit of so is a unit of time. So he was actually like, are you dumb? Like, are you a stupid person? Like they're taking it at face value to such a degree that they're actually missing the point. Like, it's actually going over their head what the
I don't want to talk to her right now.
intention of the scene was. They're so devoted to what the script said that they're missing the fucking point of what was actually being said.
I would never blame you, Chewbacca.
Come on. Come on. Slow down. Slow down. Not like
General,
that.
we're focusing fire on that cruiser. You with us?
Yeah, let's put him in the bottom of the lake.
Oh, Maz won't like that at all.
But, whoa, shit. That's, like, I say that, where it's always this problem where you play a Star Wars game and it's like, hey, remember, we're just gonna do that thing in the movie.
Proton torpedoes are ready. Excessive, but effective.
I mean, in terms of we're making a fucking Star Wars game, so let's do the thing they did in the movie.
Not after that shipyard assault.
So let's do the cool thing they did in the movie, and I mean, to a degree, that makes sense and it's fine. But it just, when you play all of the Star Wars games,
This YG 1300 freighter you've got is something, but its hyperdrive fails 1.22 times more often than the 2400 model.
Chewie, get him out of my cockpit.
there we go.
I'll behave.
Come on. There we go. Like, again, that's why it's kind of disappointing to have her just join the good guys, right?
Take him out.
I'm on it.
Because I've seen that before. When you, like, consume all of the Star Wars media, it gets annoying to see the same thing done over and over again. You'll want to see something new. You want to have...
Take him down, please.
I see you. Firing. You're clear.
You want to have a character who actually stays evil the whole time for once. You want to have them not just going to making up excuses to go to Tatooine in every single fucking game. You want to not have them fucking tie up the AT-AT with the snowspeeder, because they already did that in every other game you've played already.
That's one more tie. Turn to dust. Nice shot. General Solo, I'm tracking another inbound on your position. I'll take him out.
Nice.
Come on.
Got him.
That had better be the last of them, Solo.
I told you I'd take care of it.
Get out of here already. Just get out. Nice shooting, General. Let's get you back to the fleet.
Actually, I've got something else in mind. Chewie's sending the coordinates now.
Roger that. See you there.
So this game not taking that opportunity to have the fucking character
Don't worry.
be a bad guy and doing
Can't
the
get
generic,
that easy.
oh, we're gonna join the rebels now instead storyline,
Commander.
that's annoying,
It is void. It's not right. I just fixed it. You can't blame me if it likes you now.
is... What the hell?
Shriv, I haven't seen
Oh
you since
my
I volunteered
god.
for this. How you been?
Wonderful.
Oh my god.
What's on your mind, Commander?
Uno momento. That was a bizarre fucking glitch. How does a cutscene glitch like that? That was fucking weird.
Don't worry. You can't get rid of us that easily. She's all yours, Commander.
I'm telling you, girl, whatever you did, it is void. It's not right.
Aww.
Just fixed it. You can't blame me if it likes you now.
Inferno Squad. Shriv, I haven't seen you since Lando volunteered you for this. How you been?
Wonderful, Senator.
What's on your mind, Commander?
According to Peldor's intel, my father has been running operations on Bespin and Sullust. I'd like your permission to find him and capture him.
You don't report to me, Ida.
Fleet Command might not approve us undertaking such a personal mission.
Ah, well, we can't have an Imperial Admiral out there reinforcing the fleet, can we? I'd appreciate you bringing him in, Commander.
I think it's funny she automatically joins the Rebel Alliance as a commander. Like, yeah, you can keep your Nazi rank now that you're part of the Allies. You don't have to start over as a private again. You can still be an SS officer in the Allied forces, because that makes sense.
They've got searchlights all over the city.
Hask will be in the Overseer's Tower on Chinook Station. Better stick to the clouds so they don't spot us.
And, like, I say all that to be like, I appreciate when a Star Wars game is like, let's actually be original here. Jesus Christ.
Refueling his fleet at Chinook Station for months.
What the
Our old friend
fuck?
Hask is overseeing the operation. If we can capture him and shut down the station, we'll strike a solid blow to the Empire.
What are these
Not to
things?
mention Hask could be the key to finally tracking down the Admiral.
Oh, I don't like these.
There's always more to it than luck.
I don't like these at all.
Wow, take a look at all these Beldons.
Yeah, thank you. Please acknowledge these.
Study a planet's wildlife before we visit.
Hey, if they make the Tabata gas the Empire needs, then Beldons are mission critical.
If you say so.
The fuck?
You know,
So
if we
I-
find your father and take him out of the fight, we'll be a lot closer to ending this war.
I know it's been a rough 6 months, but we'll get him this time. I can feel it.
I don't doubt that. I was actually curious about what happens afterwards when the war's over.
Honestly, I haven't really thought about it. A life of Imperial training isn't worth much in the civilian sector. What about you?
I thought I might travel. See the galaxy, Lothal, my capo.
You've been to those places.
As a soldier, I want to see them when they're free.
That actually sounds really nice.
All to say, I appreciate when a Star Wars game actually does original stuff. Like, doesn't just retread the same ground over and over. And this game is retreading the same ground over and over, like, ground that's already been tread with the whole Imperial character joins the Rebels thing. And we're here on Bespin, which is a place we've been before in the series. And, like, to a degree, you're always gonna have that. And I get it. I get, like, like, this is the big Star Wars game with the story that they're putting out since the Disney acquisition. Like, Battlefront 1, the new one, was the big new Star Wars game, but it didn't have a story. This is the big new story in a Star Wars game since the acquisition. So, like, you're falling back on a standardized kind of format.
We need to find a turbo lift to get there.
For that purpose, like, tried and true, bad guy joins the good guy team. Makes sense to go with that, to a degree, right? I think it's funny she keeps her E11, even though she's part of the Rebels now. Let's try and switch this out. No, I like the scan ability, so I'm just gonna keep that. Oh, that's definitely helpful. Okay. And what else we got? Shield's not really useful. Everything else is good.
The droid said there's one ahead, along with the stormtrooper squad. Alright, follow my lead.
So,
Always do.
having the, like, you're making the new Star Wars game story. Okay, well, let's fall back on the Kyle Katarn format. Fine. makes sense. And also, when you're going like, let's have them visit a famous planet from the trilogy that everyone knows about and loves, like Bespin, or like Hoth again, etc., etc. And it's like, also makes sense. I get that from the perspective of a Star Wars fan. Like, you're a Star Wars fan, you want to have those locations.
Need to disable.
You want to have those locations that you're a fan of, that you love seeing in the Star Wars movies show up again. Ah, shit. I mean, if I was asked to make a Star Wars game, I'd want to put, hey, remember that part? Remember that part from the movie that I really love? Let's put that in the game too. I get that, right? Makes sense. So, like, those factors aside, those, like, allowances, those things that, like
on the main level. We need to find a turbo
that kind of come with the territory that you just kind of have to accept being there and make allowances for, that I totally understand.
All clear.
Make another pass. I don't want anything slipping through the cracks while Commander Hask is here.
Go for the shock. Get him, Del.
Damn. It's really a zero-sum game with the stealth system, isn't it? But aside from that, it actually does, like, feel like they're doing stuff with the story. They're not just they're making up different planets for you to go to. And they're actually crafting new aspects of the lore that, like, aren't just retreads of stuff we've already seen from the movie. Like, I remember them talking about in interviews how they were like, we're going to, like, an Imperial hold planet. Like that planet that was getting glassed, where they finally defected. That level with the really long, slow walk sequence where they finally defected. That was kind of a big to be like, let's actually show a fucking Imperial planet. That isn't a planet we've just seen before, right? And that actually reminds me of how
Get him.
I remember before the prequels, Coruscant was like a name in the Star Wars franchise. Was like a known planet.
All clear. Let's get to that lift.
That was mentioned, but it had never actually been shown in the movies before, obviously. So in TIE Fighter, when you actually had cinematics showing Coruscant, showing, like, the big Capitol building. Ah, that's awesome.
Okay, we'll meet you at the tower. Until then, you stay out of sight. That new paint job will give you away.
Like, showing the Emperor giving a speech and whatnot.
Here, soldier. Let's get a move on.
That was a big deal. Like, we had never seen Coruscant before.
He'll put up a fight.
I'm looking forward to it.
So seeing it depicted in a game like that probably took balls. That, like...
Well, this brings back memories.
Not any of the good ones.
The Overseer's tower is straight ahead.
Instead of taking the easy way out and just having it be a generic space station or the Death Star or whatever, they actually went, let's show what Coruscant looks like in our game.
Think about all the good we've done since Vardo's, Del. We've made the galaxy safer, given people hope.
for Bespin. Let's find Hask.
And this game started doing the same thing. It's showing planets totally under Imperial control. It's showing, like, the Imperial Heartland. Like, we ain't never seen that planet before. They just made that planet up and did whatever they wanted with it.
Just marveling at the might of the Empire, sir. Rebels don't stand a chance.
Copy that.
I hear the blockade's starting to crumble. Ships are breaking through all across the Anoan sector.
This is Governor Adelhart.
Droid, we're at the tower. You ready? See you up top.
Like, I don't know, just seeing a new planet with actual substance to its inclusion, instead of just being a generic...
Where is everyone?
Did you really...
like, whatever planet that's basically just a reskin of a planet we've already seen before. That's awesome. It's nice. It's nice to have new stuff. It's nice to have a Star Wars game where it's like, we're not going to do the same thing over and over. We're going to have something new. The developers who made it actually had an original thought. They were fanboys. The guys who made it are fanboys, and they're including fanboy stuff and fan service, which makes sense, and why wouldn't you? Like,
that must be Hask's.
So much for that plan.
that'll happen. Oh.
Run, Death! Get off the platform!
Oh, Jesus. Ah, come on. I almost got him. Come on.
Troopers on our position.
Like, again, as someone who's played a lot of Star Wars games,
Droid, disable them.
like, that's the exception, not the rule. And again, say what you want about EA being given the reins of developing all the new Star Wars games, but like, they're handing them to studios that are like, yo, we get to make a Star Wars game?
You still want to take out the fueling? How do you plan to do that?
We're gonna need
You're gonna let us make a Star Wars game? And they're like, yeah, but we're EA, so we're gonna be really evil about it and make you do stuff. But they're still like, yeah, okay, I guess, but a Star Wars game? I've always wanted to make a Star Wars game. And I'm gonna put this cool stuff that I like about Star Wars in it. Fucking you up. How do you not see that? There we go. And again, they're given the resources of not only EA, which is a big fucking company to have resources given from, if not freedom, of course. Okay. If not freedom, obviously. This isn't gonna work out. I feel like I've kind of screwed myself here. Yeah, what am I thinking? This isn't good. Like, what did I think was gonna happen?